A person's greatness is not measured by money, fame, or background. It's measured by thoughts, because your thoughts shape your choices, and your choices shape your life. Many people pray for change, but they keep the same mindset so nothing changes. Today's story will show you a powerful truth. Change your mindset, life will change. And yes, this is the story of a beggar who transformed his destiny with one shift in thinking. In a busy city, near a crowded temple and marketplace, lived a beggar named Raghav. Every morning he sat at the same corner, holding a small steel bowl, asking people for coins as they walked past. Some dropped change without looking, some ignored him, some frowned as if his existence ruined their day. Raghav had been there for years. He didn't just look poor, he thought poor. Deep inside, he believed a painful sentence. I am a beggar. This is all I'll ever be. One afternoon, when the sun was harsh and the crowd was thicker than usual, Raghav noticed a man entering the market. The man wore a simple but neat suit. He walked with calm confidence, like someone who knew his worth. People stepped aside respectfully. Raghav's eyes lit up. This man looks rich, he thought. If I ask him, maybe he'll give me a lot. With hope, Raghav hurried toward him, stretched out his hand and said, Sir, please help me. But the man didn't reach for his wallet. Instead, he looked at Raghav and asked, Do you always take from others? Raghav blinked. No one had ever asked him that before. The man continued, Have you ever given something to anyone? Raghav felt embarrassed and confused. Sir, he replied, I'm a beggar. I survive by asking. I have nothing to give. The man smiled slightly and said words that hit Raghav like a slap, not rude, but sharp and true. If you believe you have nothing to give, then you will always have nothing to receive. Life works on exchange. Even respect is exchange. People respect those who respect themselves. Raghav stared at him. The man added, If you want change, stop thinking like someone who begs for mercy. Start thinking like someone who creates value. Then he placed a single coin in Raghav's bowl and said, This is not charity. Consider it a reminder. And he walked away. Raghav stood there, stunned. The crowd moved. Footsteps rushed. Vendors shouted. But for him, time felt slow. The man's words echoed again and again. Life works on exchange. Create value. Stop thinking like a beggar. That night, Raghav lay on the pavement under a streetlight, unable to sleep. His stomach was empty, but his mind was full. What value can I create? He wondered bitterly. I have no education, no money, no skills. I'm just me. Then he remembered something from earlier that day. Near the temple gate, people had offered flowers to the deity. After prayers, many threw old garlands aside. Some were still fresh, just slightly wilted. Raghav sat up. Flowers, he whispered. What if I give something back? For the first time in years, his mind didn't search for excuses. It searched for options. The next morning, instead of sitting immediately with his bowl, Raghav walked toward the pile of discarded garlands. He carefully picked the fresher flowers, cleaned them, and tied them into small bundles. They weren't perfect, but they looked pleasant and smelled sweet. Then he returned to his spot. A woman passed by and dropped a coin into his bowl. As usual, she didn't look at him. But this time, Raghav smiled and held out a small flower bundle. Thank you, he said. Please take this. May you have a peaceful day. The woman paused. Surprised, she took the flowers. Her face softened. That's kind, she said, smiling. Thank you. Raghav felt something warm in his chest. Not because of the coin, but because someone had seen him. Soon, a man dropped a coin. Raghav offered flowers again. Another person gave money. Raghav gave a flower. Slowly, something strange happened. People started smiling. Some even stopped and asked, Do you have more? One elderly gentleman placed a bigger note and said, You gave me something today. Not money, but happiness. By afternoon, Raghav's bowl was heavier than it had ever been. He noticed a pattern too. When he had flowers, people gave more. When his flowers ran out, the money slowed. So it's true, he murmured. People don't just give because I'm needy. They give because they feel something in return. That evening, Raghav didn't sleep on the same dirty pavement. He used some money to buy a small mat. He bought soap. He cleaned himself. He didn't do it to impress anyone. He did it because his mindset was changing. He stopped saying, I am helpless. He started saying, I am improving. Days turned into weeks. Raghav became consistent. Every morning he collected flowers earlier, cleaned them better, and arranged them nicely. He learned which days had bigger crowds. He learned which spots got more foot traffic. He learned how to speak politely, how to smile confidently. Without realizing it, the beggar was learning business. One day, as he was offering flowers to a family, he saw the same well-dressed man again, standing near a shop. Raghav's heart raced. He hurried over with excitement. "Sir," he said, "you came back." The man looked at him carefully. "You look different." Raghav smiled proudly. "Sir, today I have something to give. If you give me money, I will give you flowers in return." The man laughed softly and handed him a note. Raghav offered a beautiful bundle. The man took it and said, "Now tell me, are you still a beggar?" Raghav hesitated. The man asked, "What are you doing every day?" Raghav answered slowly, like the words were becoming real as he spoke them. "I collect, I clean, I prepare, and I exchange." The man nodded. "Exactly. You're no longer begging, you're trading." The biggest change wasn't the flowers, it was your mindset. Raghav's eyes filled with emotion. "That day you asked me if I ever gave anything. It hurt," he admitted, "but it woke me up." The man placed his hand on Raghav's shoulder and said, "Remember this lesson. The world doesn't reward your pain, it rewards your value. And value begins in the mind." 6 months later, the temple corner looked the same. But Raghav wasn't there. Instead, near the market entrance, there was a small stall with a sign, "Raghav Flower Service," fresh bundles, garlands offerings, even home delivery for ceremonies. A customer asked the shopkeeper, "Who runs this?" The shopkeeper smiled. "A man who used to sit outside the temple, but he changed his thinking, and his life changed." And that is the lesson for all of us. If you keep thinking, "I'm small," you'll stay small. If you keep thinking, "I can't," you'll stay stuck. But if you change your mindset to, "I can learn, I can grow, I can create value," your life will start moving in a new direction. Because when your thoughts change, your choices change. When your choices change, your habits change. And when your habits change, your life changes. So today, don't just wish for a better life, become the person who can build it.